This is Affinity Photo latest version, working with raw files, my own personal Mother's Day creation. So, camera uses Nikon D7200, 2.8, 1/140th of a second, 800 ISO, 16 millimeter. My exposure bias is on 3. Top window is current view. Second window is split view, before and after. Side-by-side view. I don't usually use these until I'm ready to develop the image and I look at my end work. So with this image, the background is 3 years old, also processed and created with Affinity Photo, also one of my other Nikon cameras. Let's start with the clarity to bring out some details overall. You don't want to go too far. I want to bring out the canvas, and I want to bring out clarity. My focus on this image was basically the lower 3 images and the little owl. I'm not too concerned with this background or the rose focus here because I have other intentions for this image. The leaves are in focus. I brought my clarity up to 48%. I'm going to bring my contrast up 1%. And if you see, when working in the raw persona, which is the developed persona, raw image, you want to go light on these moves. I went up on contrast to bring out the background on the Bay Area here in the water. Your saturation, vibrance, to my liking, to your liking, you can play around with these sliders. I don't want too much color in this image, but just enough to keep facial tones and background here. And of course, these images here are photo developed. This one is photo developed, all edited. I forgot how I did this. So I have some bright colors here that I can work with, and they're acceptable, they're usable. I can bring up the tones here 50%, which that's fine. I can deal with that. Clarity is up to 48%. Contrast is up 1%. I don't really much have anything else to do here. Affinity Photo will allow you the percentage that you have here according to the image, quality of the image. So Affinity Photo will not allow me to go higher than 25% according to the image or the data in the image. That's the data in the image. So I think I'm going to go back down 6% on brightness. I'm going to go to Detail tabs. We were in basic mode. This is lens mode. I'm going to go to Detail. I'm going to go to Noise. Luminance. I'm going to do about, I want to do about 18%. And color, I'm going to do about 18%. What you do is you split mode here, and you can see your work. That's your before. This is your after. But from here, I'm going to take it to JPEG and touch it up. You can see the rose right here, the stem, the change it took. You see this pillar right here, the Bay Area. It's milky, white, cloudy, misty look. I wanted to kill that. So I'm happy with this. This is to my taste. Now you can take this. Yes, baby, I'm recording.
And that's my baby owl.
And this is your baby owl. Yes, your baby owl is here in the image. You can take the crop tool while you're in the develop persona.
Daddy, I told you.
Incoming call, so I had to pause the video. So here we are at the crop tool. You can go to your hand here and choose hand, and you'll see how your crop looks. You can go back to crop, and that's what your crop looks like. So you can do this now or you can do it later. I choose to do it now. And I'm going to bring it just barely to the edge of the background wrap here. This frame is a wrap. I had this done about 2 years, 2.5, close to 3 years ago. So I'll do the hand tool just to see how it looks. Let's go back to split view, before and after. This is the before, and this is the after. So far, I like the colors, the tones. I like everything. This is to my liking. You can choose to your liking. Also, you have history down here. Go to the history tab, and you can go back at whatever starting point you want and continue from there. And that's what I got. So let's develop this. Now, we're working with JPEG now. It's no longer RAW. These are your layers. This is your adjustment tab. And that's a glitch. This is a library. These are styles, special effects. I might get into that, I might not. Just something simple I'm creating. So looking at this image, I got my clarity where actually I want it. My focus is where I wanted it. And my background is larger than my initial focus area. So it's a bit forgiving. I'll probably want to go filters, sharpen, do Unsharp Mask. I have my Unsharp Mask set at 7.8 pixel. You could go up before and after and see the results, which is not by much, but I do see some results. I can increase this. Let's say 8.2, and I think I like that, but I'll cancel and filter clarity and see clarity 13%. I can bring clarity up to 24% and do it before and after. And I could choose whether I want to take clarity or unsharp. And right now it seems like clarity is working better for me. I'm looking at this background here. It's actually making a difference, and it's not hurting my initial focus area on the image. It's bringing out the rose a bit to the point where it's not damaging. Even though the rose is out of focus, my initial focus points were down here. So I'll use that, apply that. Now I want to clear this up a bit right here. So I'm going to go to my brightness contrast. And I'll go plus. And that's 27%. Bring it back to 18%. And the before and after on this would be your checkpoint here. That's your layer, brightness, contrast adjustment. Just uncheck it. And that's what I got. And that's pretty good right there. I like that. Without going too dark in these backgrounds here, I can still see hair on my daughter. I can still see the grain in the canvas. So I'm liking this for what it is to work with. I'm not going to go any more with this. I think this is good right now. I'm just going to document flatten and leave that like that. So my next step is I'm going to go ahead and process the rest of these images. File, open, desktop, open. And this is, I've got 3 more raw images that I will process and use as a fade to the first initial image. So I'll go to basics and I'll bring up the clarity on this rose. Now I did focus on the rose initially right here. This is my focus area on this rose right here. And that's what I did. I blurred the background, same lens, got a bit closer to it. I'll do 7% on the brightness. And if there's anything that I want out of this rose is to bring out a bit saturation. And as far as vibrance, I could bring it up to get detail in the background. Now I might have a little bit too much blue in this image. I will take care of that. In my opinion, it's got a little bit too much blue in it. Basically down here in this area. So I'm going to go to tone curves. Go to your tab tones, go to curves. I'm going to choose blue. I'm going to turn here slightly and come up here and bring this back in and look at my before and after. And this is what I want. I'm not going to fight with this. This is pretty much close to what I want. That's what I ended up doing. I started down here in my first frame, right here. I brought it down and I brought it up over here just to kill some of that blue and bring out the details. This is a white rose with a yellow tint. Yes, baby. And I want to keep it as natural looking as possible while keeping this background. And I killed some of this blue here. And that's what I wanted to do. So I'm liking this. I'm going to go back to basics. I'm going to go to details. I'm going to go to noise. I'm going to reduce the noise and the colors by 17%. Look at your end results. And basically, I'm done with this image. I like it. I'm going to develop it. So I got two images that I'm going to work with. Background, this image. I'm going to go to tones, contrast, brightness. I'm going to bring up the contrast just to give it some pop, some life. Right there, it's about 29%. I can do 30. And I just snap this image. And this image is probably overpowered, you might say, by yellow and red and greens, but that's fine. I want as very little blue in this image as possible while maintaining a tone of blue in it. I want the other colors to pop out. You can play around with the sliders to your liking, and some of you might say that looks great. Some of you might say that looks great. I haven't played with the brightness. I would say 19% is as much as I would go in this, no more. And 19, 16. I mean, this is actually what I like right now. This is what I like. So, yeah, this is what I like. So I'm gonna hang on to this. Not gonna do anything else to this. Let's filter Sharpen. Unsharp. Pretty much didn't do much. I still have it at 7.8, 50% threshold. Factor is 0.5. If you want to make this factor 1.5, it's at 50% threshold, and the radius is at 7.8 pixel. Let's do 9 pixels. You can do it before and after.
Daddy, I don't want your tablet.
Okay, turn it off. And I can see the results down here.
Can I flip it?
Yes, you can flip it. I can see the results down here.
And I want my tablet.
And a factor of 1.5%, 9 pixels. So I'm going to keep this. Let me go 2.5. I'm going to apply this. As you can see, 2.5 automatically brought out 4.59 pixels. Let me apply this. And I'm going to keep that. Yeah, this is looking really nice. So I'm just going to go ahead and process 2 other images, and then I'll continue with what I'm doing. So here's one of the images that I'm going to work with. I've already processed this in RAW. Just taking the JPEG. I have a little bit of drool here that I don't want in the image. So I'm going to come here to In Painting, Brush Tool. I'm going to use my left bracket, bring this down. I have it at 80% hardness, flow 100, opacity 100. I'm just going to tap right over it. I'm going to tap right over this drool here, while I'm still keeping the lip line. I got rid of that little drool. And you go back to your hand tool, and I'm going to cut back on the noise. Which, by the way, what I'm doing with these images, noise is not a factor, but I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. Filter noise, Denoise. Okay. It automatically adjusted noise according to the image by 66%, colors 63%. I'm going to apply that. And that's basically what I'm going to do with this image right here. I'm going to open the other image I'm going to work with. And I'm going to go straight for clarity. 12%.
That's my
Crop.
sister.
Yes, baby, this is your sister.
No, that's my sis. What's her name?
Bookie.
Bookie?
Bookie.
No, her name is Paula.
And yes, this is Paula. This is Mara Paula. Yes. I'm going to do that. Hand tool. 12%. Bring up the brightness a little bit. Contrast, I'm not going to work with contrast here in the RAW developer. I'm going to bring the brightness down a bit. Details, noise. I'm going to bring down the noise around 35, 34%. That's pretty much good for what I'm going to do with this image. Let's develop. I'm going to go to brightness and contrast. Here I am going to bring the brightness up. And I'm going to work with that right there. 54%, 21. That's pretty good. I have a lot of lighting coming in through here. That's fine. That's what I did. That's what I did. That's fine. And I will go over to filters, sharpen, unsharp. And I'm going to keep the 2.5 apply. Let's look at the before and after. I'm looking at the hairline, all this hair right here. So I like that. I'm going to apply that.
No. What the heck?
I'm going to flatten this.
It's raining again.
Flatten this. That's basically...
Daddy, we need an umbrella to call Mom to bring us an umbrella. We're gonna go to the park.
I know, baby. I know. So right now I'm going to do new.
And we're going to Mom's house.
18 by 12. Create. I'm going to choose here. Where is it? Where is what I'm looking for? Right here. I'm going to choose rectangle. I'm going to choose black. Well, I want to choose a dark color. I'm going to choose that. And pause this video. I got an incoming call, and I'll get right back to you. Okay, answer the call. Back to this. I created a dark background. So I'm going to go back. This is Untitled. I'm going to go back to my images. I'm going to export them to a folder I created on my desktop, because I'll be looking for them in there. Flatten this one, and export it as JPEG. Same folder. Come back to this one. Export it. So I have them all exported. Let me confirm that. New folder. Temp folder. Yes, there they are right there. Forgot I called it temp folder. Okay. This is an image of the stars from the Everglade. A 4-stacked image of a cluster of stars just overhead. I was at the Everglades last week. So we'll call this background. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the place option here. Place. I'm going to start here in the corner, and I'm going to place it there. And it's okay that we have this down here. That's fine. I'll take care of that. We will take care of that. You go back to your hand tool, and that's where. So I want to take this other image, place another image, and we'll do this one. And where am I going to place this? Well, I can try and placing it here. And then I can work with it.
That's my baby owl when you plant it up there.
Yes, baby.
Daddy, you put my baby elbow. You put my baby up there.
Yes, baby. That's your baby owl. Yes, I know.
You put my baby elbow up there.
So I can do this. This is my initial
Daddy,
thought
that's
with
my
this.
baby elbow when you put it up there.
Yes.
And that's the owl. That's the owl.
This was my initial thought with this image.
Where you found a bigger flower? When you found a bigger flower, Daddy?
I found that at the mall, baby.
What?
Over here, I will take the opacity.
The pacifier?
Yes, the pacifier. Yes, the pacifier.
My pacifier?
I'll take the opacity down.
Daddy, don't take my pacifier.
And do this. Blend it in with the background. bring it up like so. See my idea behind this? And then do this, do this, and do this. And then go special effects. And I believe do this here. Fade it. Come back to the opacity. Do this. See what it looks like. And that was my idea behind this. This is what I'm going to keep, and I'm going to like that. So for my next image, I'm going to File, Place. I'll take my little creature here, my 3-year-old, and I'll place her somewhere around here. And I'll go to special effects again. And I'll blend that. And see which blend I'm going to use. Gradient blur. I think I'll use that one. And I'll bring down the opacity. Right here. Like so. Take a look at it, see how it looks. And I'll bring her up here. And go back to special effects. No, I don't like that one. I don't like that one. Let me try that again. See where I'm at. Yes, baby. Let me leave that one like that.
Then mom just woke up and you just scared me.
Okay, baby, I'm sorry.
Daddy.
Let's go to the next one.
Just scared me. Okay, stop scaring me.
Let's do her. Let's do this. Put it right there on that line. Let's do this. Choose her. Put here the line. Find her right there. Do that. Now you can do anything you want to. This is the look that I'm looking for. My issue with this image right here is I used a bad background, but I'll live with that because this is just like a personal gift. So that's fine. See how it blends right here? I can even bring this down just a bit right there. And that's good. I'll live with this right here. Because the purpose of this image, because it's personal, the message is there. Okay, so this is what I got. This is what I'm going to keep. Now I'm going to come over here to Vibrance. And I'm going to bring this background up. See? I'm going to bring it up all the way. Bringing these up. And the saturation, if I do this, look what happens. So I'm going to keep saturation there. I think I like that 90%, 52 on saturation. Vibrance is at 90%. And that's what I got. And this is what I did. And that's what I did. And I'm going to save this. I'm not going to go too far with this. This is what I like. My main focus here was these images, the kids, and the flower. And the flower came out the way I wanted it to in a blur type of look. And this is what I'm going to keep. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take document, flatten, and it's flattened. Then I'm going to take the type here. I'm going to go italic. I'm going to come down to so script 2. I'm going to go nice hot red. I'm going to go here. Sorry, excuse me. That's fine. And I'm going to do this. 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 I'm going to choose my move tool here. I'm going to place it down to here. I think right here is good. No, right here is good. No. I'll do right here. Then I'm going to come to the heart. I'm going to do this. I'm going to choose color for the heart, yellow. Bring the opacity down on it. I'm going to use my move tool. Move the heart. Place it right there. Check my opacity. I think that sends the message. I'm going to check my work. Happy Mom's Day. I think that clearly states it. I'm going to leave it at that. Document, flatten. Export. Save. Mom's Day, whatever.
Daddy, did you put the shirt on? I can't put the shirt on from the dog.
And this is my end results right here.
Look,
that's a nice image. I think it is.
Daddy, put the shirt.
And that's how I did that. Just something I just made up. Just to kill time for Mother's Day. Affinity Photo, latest version.
That's me.
Working from raw files. All my files are up here. I saved it. If you go to history, this is what I did. I must say I made a mistake, a photographer's mistake, in choosing or not choosing a background, which I didn't have much choice because my baby's asleep. So I didn't have much choice in the color. But this background blended in. This background did not. But I can live with that because that's my mistake and this is my family. So it's an acceptable mistake. Thank you for watching. And this is Mother's Day. And I'm going to dress a doll right now for my daughter.
Please, I cannot do it.
I'll do it, baby, for you.
Please.